They encourage former nations to have votes to elect their independence to become a republic, and the UN says if you have a vote and you vote to become a republic, well then you must be independent, and the British cannot say anything about it, right? You'd never see the Crown weighed in on an island nation that determines itself going to be a republic. But Taiwan is independent, and they have votes all the time, and they wish to remain independent. And yet that somehow doesn't seem to carry any international weight with the United Nations. I mean, entire nations refuse to even acknowledge Taiwan as being a separate entity. Now, there seems to be a really big double standard going on here between the way a communist nation like China behaves and the way Western nations are forced to behave. Do you think this divide is going to get worse? And do you think it's going to end really badly with a disempowered West and geopolitical strife in the near future?
Look, here's what I think is going on, right? The United Nations puts the priority on diplomacy and keeping the peace, right? And by putting the priority on diplomacy, they always make a moral equivalence between nations and cultures and viewpoints. So it's that classic moral equivalence thing that rears its head again and again and again, where we say, well, this culture's valid, this culture's valid, and we've just got to come to an agreement between these two equally valid cultures. Nobody is willing to stand up and say Western liberal democratic values are superior. They are not equal to authoritarian communist values. They are not equal to, any other kind of theocracy, Islamist theocracy or anything like that. They are superior values. And we are not standing up for freedom. We are not standing up for liberty and the free markets and capitalism and all of the demonstrated ideologies and systems that create wealth and lift people out of poverty and stop people from dying and minimize the coercive control, to coin a phrase that the left likes, that, dictators or political activists like to have over other people by, moving into government and controlling things.